Hey, hey, hey! You are now tuned into the six-man convo. Let's get it, motherfucker. Hey, what's going on, people? What is going on? As you already know, it is Tuesday night, which means this is the six-man convo. As you already know, I am your host, the six-man K Styles himself. And to my stage left, I repeat, stage left, it is the homicidal, suicidal, vindictive, mad scientist, Mad Mike Sports. The villains have come to play, and we ready to kick this thing off right. Ride them up on. And hold on. And we got a special guest for us today. Like I said, hey man, welcome the Summer Hill Nightmare, one of my OGs, the Don himself.
What's good, man? Look, I ain't no guest, man. I'm just a regular man.
Hey man, hey, like I said, you helped put me on to this thing, so you always gonna be a guest to us. A guest and a mentor. How about that mentor? Did that ring better for you?
Hey, man, that. Look, anything that you can pick the world up and drop it on his fucking head, man, you good, man.
Well, the DJ has been on strike, so that's why you ain't heard no music right now. So the DJ is on strike. But we still gonna get this roll call going. Like I said, we always want to shout out the members first, and then we get to the rest of the people right after that. So definitely give shouts out to Big Ant in the building, AFN's Big Ant. We got Andrew G in the building. And looks like that's all of the members right now. Like I said, if you get an opportunity, if you feel like you need to go ahead and join that membership, hey, we definitely get that cracking. We can do some different things around here. But appreciate y'all tuning in. So let's go ahead and kick off the rest of the roll call, where we got Robert Ponder in the building, Pat Norris, Joseph Thornton, Sherman Wood, Yusuke Knight. That's one of our player partners right there. Lee 85. That's two of our day ones. Tony Hall, Prove It. Brian Peoples, Michael Walker. Not that Michael Walker. We got Sonia Howard. This is one of my day ones right here too. And we got John St. Clair. Hey man, I want everybody to let John. Okay, we got John Terosier kicking up dust in here, man.
I got your email, John.
How everybody's doing today. Hopefully, everybody had a good day today. If you haven't, hopefully we make it better for you. Jack Savage, appreciate you tuning in. So, like I said, for people that's used to hearing the intro music. Yeah, like I said, the DJ done got fired and suspended indefinitely until further notice. So we gonna be on the silent side.
On that note, we in the works of hiring Manny Fresh to be our in-house DJ.
Play the fool with the pimped out Gucci suit. Cause that's so fine, cause I stay can't pay my rent cause all my money spent. Oh yeah, especially with the first of the month coming up. That's definitely
boy.
But let's go ahead and get right into it. Like I said, before we kick off tonight's show, We have the first audible of the day, which pretty much means the Don and Mike is gonna tell us what's on their mind, whether it be Falcons related, whether it be football related, sports, whatever. Whatever you got on your mind, let's go ahead and kick it off.
Um, I'm looking at, for whatever reason, I got attracted to the Falcons coaching staff. I didn't know we had Michael Petrie as the running backs coach, so that's really interesting.
Yeah,
Mike,
Um,
interesting.
yeah. Um, Oregon State running back. What is really interesting, we kind of know the Oregon State kind of went onto that kind of spread offense a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Weird that TJ Yates is a receivers coach too. That's another interesting thing.
Whoa.
let
Wait
me
a
tell
minute.
you.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why he's the tight ends coach. I mean, he's the wide receivers coach. Y'all don't remember when Yates played? He played under Kyle Shanahan, and Shanahan, he's known for route running and stuff. So that's probably why he's with the receivers.
Yeah.
Route running.
Okay.
Matt
Deshaun
Pease is
Caswell, what's
still
going on?
a defensive assistant.
Who?
You, you said who?
Uh, Matt Pease is still defensive assistant there.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But I don't know who this woman is, but Sarah Hogan, assistant director of coaching operations. So I don't know what the hell position that is. I'm thinking it's just a assistant, kind of an assisting. Um, this is really interesting.
She's
Um,
she's there for the purpose of everybody making sure everybody take their vitamins and say their prayers, man.
yeah, that's what I'm reading. Her husband
You
was
ain't, you,
her husband is
if y'all don't
head
get
of
that
strategy.
reference,
I know, I know, no, I got.
We
no,
get it.
I know you do. I'm talking about the people watching.
Yeah, but that's really interesting. I didn't know. Obviously, I know Dave Hustable. I think if you guys don't remember him, but he's a defensive, uh, senior defensive assistant. So, like, they're doing a lot of hiring guys. And Dave Hustable, obviously, University of Alabama, spent time there as well as with Ryan Nelson.
And NC State, yeah.
Dwayne Lefford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, NC State. But this is really interesting to look at. They really have a young coaching staff, and I think that's an interesting thing. And I'm keeping an eye on Dave Huxtable, because we don't know if um, Ryan Nielsen may be a hot commodity at some point. He may be a hot commodity at some point, and you're going to need somebody who's going to step in and be just as good as a defensive line coach, because we already know with Jerry Gray being the assistant head coach, he could easily fill that position if Ryan Nielsen, because Ryan Nielsen right now, as far as a defensive coordinator and a potential head coach position, he's really hot in the NFL right now. So we could lose him in a year or two. That's quite possible. And then we'll have a guy like, Dave Huxtable to fill in as far as the defensive line coach is concerned, and have a DC like Jerry Gray fill in for Ryan Nielsen.
Well, here's the thing: we're forgetting about Matt Pease. I feel like by next season, Matt Pease may be the D line coach because right now, Nielsen is the DC and the D line coach. So I really think they're grooming Matt Pease to be the next D line coach.
I do believe that. Yeah. I believe that.
Okay.
No, guys, like we talked about this yesterday a little bit, but all these guys, especially on the defensive side of the ball, the main characters of the defensive coaching staff, like we talked about, Nielsen, Frank Bush, Steven Jackson, our secondaries coach, and then Jerry Gray. All these guys have some ties to either Jeff Fisher and in lieu of Buddy Ryan.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
Jerry Gray, yeah, Jerry Gray, I believe, played for Buddy Ryan, and he was also Greg Williams assistant coach for some years. So that's those are the ties that we talked about yesterday when we talked about the potentially having forces defense here in Atlanta. So they got pretty much the whole defensive coaching staff got the same type of philosophy, which is going to work.
So I'm kind of reading up on Sarah Hogan. So she's been with the Falcons since 2015.
That's really interesting.
And says that her husband is the head of strength and conditioning and coaches high school football in the Atlanta area. So she got some ties. So with that in there, she got a lot of ties around the city as well. So like you said, connection is all about connections. So she's real close with Arthur Smith and stuff like that. So definitely shout out to her. And we're not gonna go past the fact that Dave Hustable looked like Michael McDonald in his later years. We're not gonna go past that.
He does. I was trying to figure out who he looked like. And that's exactly what he looked
like. Michael McDonald. I'm looking like, wait a minute. I like it. He looked familiar. But like you said, looking at all these looking at the coaching staff, like you said, it's a lot of young faces, but it's a lot of OGs on here. There's some OGs on here too. And I think with that mix, that mix definitely will help play a factor as far as transitioning a lot of the younger players onto the culture of the team and kind of give that voice to them. Like, okay, yeah, we feel you on that, but we got to get you accustomed to these OGs over here. Am I right? Some sort of... It's Pamela. What's up? Miss Pamela, Kenneth Lewis, ATL Leo. Appreciate y'all joining in with us. That's all you got on that mic. Don, you got anything you want to get off your chest right quick?
Yeah. Do I have something to get off my chest right now? I do. I'm tired of these people who are pro pancake talking about pancakes is better than waffles. They're not. Waffles are better than pancakes. Waffles has always been superior to pancakes.
I didn't say anything besides football, so hey, I can't get mad at. I don't give a damn. They all good to me. Fuck that. It's the same thing.
It's really not. It's like a certain amount of ingredients that you got to put in waffles to make them like real fluffy and tasty. And yeah, I don't want to get into the gist of how to make them, but it's different.
I don't give a damn.
Yeah, you gotta put a little bit more. You got to put a little bit more oil in waffles than pancake mix.
I don't give a damn. I eat both of them. I eat whatever's on my plate. Yeah, ATL Leo said, fat person moment, and that is your fat. Mike looking like, bro, where the hell the pancakes come from? Boy, this ain't the new day.
Y'all said get it whatever off my chest. I said
exactly. That's what I said. I was cool with it. Mike just looking like, bro, what the hell? But Yeah,
I, I'm
hey,
I'm a
it's a little fun part of the show. Like I said, we breaking the ice. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into the meat and potatoes of
oh my
this conversation that we have for tonight. So tonight's conversation, we are going to be speaking on defensive end Zach Harrison and can his potential be unlocked in 2023. Now, if you've watched the Cooler Talk episode last night where we was kind of talking about the 46 defense and the implementations of that coming into this year, we're going to kind of expand on it, but we're just going to put the focus on another player because I know yesterday we talked about Caden Ellis, we talked about Troy Anderson, of course, talked about Calais Campbell. But I want to pay attention a little bit more attention to Zach Harrison on this one tonight. So I want to get your thoughts on this. Don, I'm gonna let you go ahead and run point on this. Give me your takes on as far as what you've seen from Zach Harrison. I don't know why I said Zach Wilson, Zach Harrison.
For what I've
God,
seen
that's
out of the
funny.
past few years, because I watch a lot of Big Ten football. He's a violent player. He can be very disruptive. In pass rushing. I know a lot of people that say, "Well, he didn't have enough sacks or whatever," and I'm like, okay, well, if you look at the tape, he got real close to getting more sacks than what he should have got. And you look at his, I know we don't look at pressure numbers and stuff, but his pressure numbers is really high. And they was really they higher than what's the guy name? Oh dang, I forgot the other the player that's now a bust. Oh, Chase Young.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chase Young, yeah.
His pressure percentage is higher when Chase Young was at the highest.
Mm.
So um and the thing is, when you pair him with a pass rushing guru in Ryan Nielsen, I really feel like Harrison he will be utilized this year, but I don't think it's going to be the first part of the season. We'll probably see him towards the latter part of the season just to get him acclimated, have him watch film, and try to develop some pass rush moves. Because the thing is, do we really need to rush him in the line of fire? No, we don't. We got a lot of talent right now on our defensive line, so you really ain't got to rush him out there like that.
Mm. Mm.
Let him sit back and let him learn. Like,
So
I see him as I see him as his ceiling is a little bit higher than Carl Granderson because the Saints had Carl Granderson and like Granderson has been very serviceable for the Saints since he's been there. So I see his ceiling a little higher than his.
mm, I like that. I like that. Mike, you want to follow up on that? On what Don just said?
Uh, I think if you guys did not check out the video that I had earlier in last night's show, I made a declaration on how I feel as though the Falcons are going to start out, games as far as the defensive line is concerned. And one of the things I stated is that Calais Campbell is going to be one of those guys that they move around the line, especially early to start the run and be physical with the offensive lineman. So what the Falcons in turn could do with Zach Harrison, two things that they can do with Zach Harrison. You can put him in run situations late in games, not early in games, because I want him to get a feel for the NFL speed, and more so the power of the offensive lineman, how quickly they make. So you don't want him early in games. You want him late in games when teams are pretty much in passing situations, or the game is close to being um, out of hand. So you want to put him in those situations where he can still rush the passer, but it's close enough where he can, where he has to focus on stopping the run. Um, that way, he still understands like, all right, it's fundamentals. Because in those situations, fundamentals are paramount. Because, like I said, the game is close to being out of the way, so teams are still going to be running the ball.
Mm.
But you want him to get acclimated to rushing the passer. Now, the first thing you want to do as far as a young guy is like, all right, put him only in pass rush situations. That's kind of what Dan Quinn did with Micah Parsons. He's a fucking terrible linebacker. Okay, he's a terrible athlete. He's a terrible linebacker. His awareness, his reaction time is fucking garbage. Okay, he's garbage. And the only thing, the only thing that they could do in that situation is tell him to be an athlete. That's the best thing the Dallas Cowboys did for Michael Parsons. Just said, "All right, Negro, you stupid. Your reaction time is bad, and you can't tackle well. So just go be an athlete. Do what Big Beasley did. Go get the quarterback, and that's kind of what you want with Zach Harrison. You just want him to focus on the small details and going after the quarterback. But this is how they're gonna get him after the quarterback. It's gonna be a unique way. They're gonna put him at 3 tech. He's gonna be behind Grady Jarrett in pass situations. I think he has the power, he has the athleticism to have that 3 tech, and he can dominate without on his size and speed and quickness. You put him in that 3 tech behind Taquan Graham as that third. I think you can make some noise right there. So Zach Harrison, man, he's gonna be a unique piece for this defense.
Right.
So I'm glad you brought up, and I ain't trying to get off topic about Calais Campbell. His signing to me smells just like 2016 Dwight Freeney, man. I don't know if anybody ever brought that up before.
I mean, hey, go ahead and elaborate on it, man. Let us know.
I'm like, we know that he came in to we know he's coming here not only to make an impact for himself for the team, but he's also going to impact the locker room and the young core that we have on the defensive line. You know, I got, like we said already, he's going to make a huge impact on Zach Harrison.
I mean, that makes a whole lot of sense. Like you said, maybe that was just one of those things where they game plan for Zach Harrison, and maybe that's the reason why they brought in a Calais Campbell. Like you said, if you and I'm just going based off what I've seen about Zach, because I've actually been watching this guy for the last 2.5 years now. I thought he could have been a second, third round pick last year, but he stayed at Ohio State for one more year. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some of his senior numbers for those that might be a little bit interested if they might not know. 34 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, 1 interception, 4 pass deflections, and 3 forced fumbles. So he's very, very active on the line of scrimmage. Like when you watch his skills, and I'm gonna give everybody a game to go type in. Y'all go type in Zach Harrison versus. The main one they always show with everybody is Notre Dame. I don't know why the fuck it's always Notre Dame, but pay attention to that. But
I just want to know. I'm sorry, Chris, but
yeah,
I just want people to know that I got Matt Ryan shirt on. So I just had to throw that out. I'm sorry.
Say we're gonna piss somebody off.
But yeah, it's still I still love Matt Ryan. He's my second best quarterback of all time. I'm sorry, that was so rude, K-Stop. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh no, he did.
What you saying about Zach Harrison is correct about the stats, but if you really want to get a feel for who he is and what he can bring to the table to this team, you got to go look at the tape. That's the person that the stats is going to kind of be like it's miscued. You have to go look at it.
Exactly. Exactly. And then, like you said, from pretty much what I've seen from him, like you said, he is a project guy. So I'm telling Falcon fans right now, he's not finished. He's not a finished product yet. But what you see from him is what this is what we're saying the potential is he has the tools and he has the motor. He just needs some moves. And then this is where Don's comment as far as Calais Campbell come in that comes into fruition because that's a guy that can kind of help him develop and be a disruption on the line. Because what I see from him, he reminds me of Justin Tuck. I'm just gonna be honest with you. A lot of football fans may not remember that name. Like I said, New York Giants defensive line, like I said, you had Strahan, Umenyor, Fred Robbins, and stuff like that. But you had Justin Tuck, who was a guy that can line up 3 tech, 4 tech, defensive end. He lined up anywhere on that line and he was able to cause hell.
Mm-hmm.
This is what Zach Harrison brings to the table.
Yep. It's just like we just said earlier about Carl Granderson and I forgot another name. Marcus Dupree is another one. They drafted these guys as project players. Remember, not Marcus Davenport. I say Dupree.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Marcus Davenport, like he was drafted in the first round. This guy was supposed to have been like a second and third round pick, but they drafted him in the first round because they saw his ceiling was really high. It took him a while to get going in New Orleans. It did, but they did get the best out of him. So,
right about that. So by kind of giving them some homework. Now this is good homework. Now I ain't finna give you no bullshit homework like I did last time. There's a couple guys I ain't seen back in this chat since I gave them the homework. But my question to y'all is, fellas, with the way that they're deconstructing this defense, can it bring the best out of him, even if it's not this year, but next year? Anybody, either one of y'all two want to go ahead and kick that one off?
Say that again. I'm salivating over Calais Campbell right now. I'm sorry. Say it again.
Can they bring his potential out in 2023? Damn it!
No. I believe that the reason why I say that is because when I'm looking at Calais Campbell, that's why I had to look at Calais Campbell film real quick. Look at Calais Campbell does an amazing job. It's guys his size that have a problem with getting guys like offensive linemen kind of get under these guys and kind of use, their stature. Obviously, they're smaller. Calais Campbell like 6'8", 6'9", so it's hard for him to kind of bend down and whatnot. But he does an amazing job of not allowing offensive linemen, and I think that's the main reason why he's playing outside rather than inside a lot of the times, because outside a lot of tackles will go around his size. A lot of them like from 6'6" all the way up to 6'9". So most offensive tackles are big. So if you put him on the outside, those little guards can't get under him easily. So it creates kind of a box, because offensive linemen can't go around him. He's so tall, he's so big, he's quick. But you can send a guy like Caden Ellis off the edge. And I'm saying all this to say that because Zach Harrison is about the same height. Not the same weight, but he's about the same height. So Calais Campbell does a great job of using his hands and getting his hands under offensive line. That way he can play inside and outside. And that's what Zach Harrison is he's gonna learn is how to use his hands. And that's one of the things with Ryan Nielsen. He teaches hands. That's his specialty. You hear Grady, his eyes and his hands. That's what Ryan Nielsen teaches. All that quickness and getting around the edge, that can be taught. You either got it or you don't. You either with the getting around the edge. It ain't that ain't something that you can teach is getting around the edge quick and whatnot.
But the
You
main
can't teach that.
But the main thing is about our DNs under this new scheme of defense. They're just gonna be really. Let's be real, like because we're gonna be, it's setting the edge, man, setting the edge, and they allow your outside linebackers like a Caden Ellis, like a.
That's what I was getting to. That's exactly what I was getting to.
EBKD and all these guys and Lorenzo Carter and all those guys, they're going to be the ones that's going to make the plays because also this is what I try to tell people, go look at Harrison's tape. When he was at Ohio State, the great thing that he did, he set the edge and allowed those linebackers at Ohio, I don't like to say Ohio State, but it allowed those linebackers in Ohio to make plays against the run.
You had to throw that in there.
You had to throw that in there. God damn it, Don. Go ahead.
Through that school in Columbus.
Calais Campbell he's so good at setting the edge and not getting pushed back. That man, Caden Ellis, Troy Anderson gonna have so much fun. Michael Walker, they're gonna have so much fun playing on his side. He's so fundamentally sound. It makes it damn near impossible to get around him. And for guards and tackles to get underneath him because he's so fundamentally sound. Kind of add to the fact that he's 6'9", 330, and it's a natural 6'9", 330. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun.
So you got Calais Campbell on one end, you got Taquan Graham on the other end. You potentially gonna have Zach Harrison as well. Man, I'm telling you, and Taquan Graham, he did a great job last year as well, doing all that. So this is just it's going to look very, very beautiful of how our defense line is going to be.
And you said something there, and let me read a couple of these comments. Red Swarm said, "You got me excited with the Justin Tuck comp. Great comparison. I think just like Don and the Ryan Nelson saw his Marcus Davenport damn near exact same body type here in Atlanta." Hey, man. And going back to what Southside here said last year his teammates was getting sacks and they were causing a lot of turnovers. Yeah, that's what I said. He's pretty much kind of like one of those, like you said, he was a two-time captain for a reason. So he played a cog in the machine, and kind of where Mike was going with Calais Campbell as far as hands and being able to kind of move around on the line of scrimmage. That's kind of what he does very well. That's why I said when you watch the tape, you don't really see a lot of pass rush move. Everybody loving the Dwight Freeney spins and the swim rip moves. You don't really see a lot of that, but what you see is a guy that's going to stay at the point of attack, put his motherfucking hands up, or if you try to run around him, he chasing your ass down the field. This is what you're getting right here. And if y'all want a close and personal take, go watch the playoff game between Georgia and Ohio State. That'll tell you everything you need to know right there. But just focus on him, though. Fuck everybody else.
Everything.
Prove It Here said if we had Calais last year, we would have gone further. Could be, maybe not. They did a
Not
lot better.
not with M- Mariota playing.
God. Yeah.
Not with my Lord, not with
Uh,
Mario.
where the bleach at? Hold on, where that? You know what? Y'all lucky. Y'all lucky I ain't got no damn bleach. Shout out to Dre Harrison for the $5 super chase. I think D'Angelo Malone can take Ogundeji's starting spot by mid-season. Sets the edge better, and his hand usage is better, in my opinion. I don't. I wouldn't necessarily say better. He's more athletic. See, the one thing with Ogundeji sets the edge pretty well. He just does nothing else.
He
I
got
mean, I ain't gonna say he don't do nothing else, but he doesn't. That's not his role. His role is just to be the edge setter. He is the more tolerable version of Steven Means. Let's just put it like that. He's tolerable.
He's just a strong. He's strong. He's stronger and got the size. That's pretty much what he has. He's not that athletic, and like his, as far as his football IQ, it's up to par. I'm not gonna say it's bad, but
right. But they're setting up D'Angelo Malone to necessarily he's gonna be one of the pass rushers of the future because they like him a lot too. I think he may be one of the more versatile pass rushers we got on this team. I could be wrong, but I can't wait to damn find out. And then Ogundeji is good on the field goal defensive unit too. So like I said, they not gonna get rid of him that easy. They're like Southside here said, he's one of our best run defenders and chasing down mobile quarterbacks. We got a lot of those. Y'all realize that? We got a lot of those. A lot of effort guys. And that's telling us right now what type of players they're looking for this defense. They want guys that's effort. They want guys that's not going to give up plays. They want guys active. Because you never know. You may chase a motherfucker down and you may punch the ball out. We've seen it happen plenty of times in the last couple of years. I guess the Braves doing pretty good right now. I think they snatching souls out there right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. This is another unique thing also. Zach Harrison played a lot on the right side, man. But what I don't like what Ohio State did, I don't know what the fuck they was thinking. But why you got the smaller guy playing on the left side and the right side, and the bigger guy playing? Man, Ohio State retarded, man. That's a dumb
ass. Y'all just now realizing that.
Yeah, like I'm just like I know they were dumb, but you got the bigger, stronger guy playing on the right side, and that's simply not how it goes. I see why Caleb McGarry bust their ass like the way. I mean, Jalen Mayfield bust their ass the way because you got the smaller guy playing on the left on the left side. We know most teams are right dominant, a right side dominant, like. Very few college teams have an elite tackle. So most of the best tackles are on the right side. So it's weird with Ohio State. Why y'all got the best pass rusher on the left side? Man, look, like I said, so that makes Zach Harrison unique for the simple fact that you can move him around. He plays both edge position. That's ultimately, you know, what I like. And his bend for such a big guy is kind of scary, man.
I'm just
That
gonna
you
be
don't
real.
see that type of
I'm just gonna be real with y'all, and I'm gonna say this: and people, and if you are a Ohio State fan, you're gonna be even mad at me. Y'all just did a horrible job, man, hiring, because last year they was under their new defensive coordinator, and that's why their defense sucked last year.
like who the
I'm just,
fuck? Like I'm looking at this. It's just like why the hell are they playing? He closes on the thing too with him. His closing speed. See, he probably not going to see a lot of sacks, but he going to be a high tackle for loss guy. He's
Mm-hmm.
going to be really high. When he sees it, he gets after it immediately. And like I said, for a guy
Because
like he's going to be one of the guys like Taquan and Grady. Grady is a tackle for loss guy. You're not going to see a ton of sacks unless the line around him is loaded, and then Grady can get so because Grady gets doubled and triple teamed, so he's not going to see a lot of sacks, and that's the same thing with Zach Harrison. He's a high tackle for loss. He's not one of those guys that's going to get around the edge almost immediately because his first step isn't that great. I wouldn't say that it's not great. It's not elite, but it's very good. It's very good, but not elite. And that's the same thing with Grady. Grady is inside. He has an elite first step, but when you put him on the outside, it's not elite, obviously because of the athleticism or lack of athleticism inside. But Zach Harrison the same way. You put him on the outside, and he can play both with his size and his ability to see, recognize, and get to it quickly. Man, he's so good. Like I said, it reminds me of Grady Jarrett and Taquan Graham because both of those guys don't have an elite first step, but they're gonna be high volume tackle for loss guys. So you're gonna see a lot of stunts with guys like that. Guys who don't necessarily have an elite first step. These guys become a lot of you kind of use those and those guys with a lot of stunts and whatnot.
mm-hmm.
definitely. Um, let me see.
Yeah, y'all don't think we know. You didn't think we knew football like that, did you? Yeah. Y'all got
Exactly.
like, yeah, we like, yeah. We actually break it down here.
Right. Right. But like you said, he just one of those guys that failed because the sack numbers didn't look
But
set.
again, Ohio State's defense took a nosedive last year. They went from, I think Combs was their defensive coordinator. He left to go to Cincinnati, and they brought in the dude from, I forgot his name, but he was from Oklahoma State, and that was his first year there. So I'm like, yeah, like they didn't play well at all. Well, they played well enough, but you could tell their defense was just not the same, and it's going to continue to spiral down. And I'm not saying that to be biased because I'm a Michigan fan, but just their personnel that they have, man, is just it's not going to work out for them in the long run.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Damn man, my hands sound ass shit, a motherfucker. Shit. That's some promotion.
What the hell?
I know. I'm sitting here rubbing my hands trying to think. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, I sound like about to start a fire over here.
Sound like sandpaper. Sound like sandpaper.
Exactly. All right. So we got 82 people here in the chat right now, man. I want y'all to go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure you share this whenever you just to get the word out for the people. Like I said, make sure you show some love for Six Man K Styles. Show some love for Mad Mike Sports. And show some love for the Don. Like I said, We ain't got no DJ right now. He done got fired right now until I find a replacement. So let's see. Let's read a few of these comments right quick. We got Mr. 58 in the building, man. Y'all make sure you show some love. William Amy, Isaac Crimes, I am Jamel, Devon's in the building, Floyd Donnelly, G Town Baller 5. Shut the hell up, Ant. Shut up, Ant.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh Lord, Devon. Hey, don't make me give you some more homework now. You talk about sound like two thighs rubbing together. Don't make me give you some more homework. You still ain't forgave me for that. We appreciate y'all tuning in.
I don't like the way that sounds. Two thighs rubbing together. Ooh, that don't sound.
It sound like some fat. Sound like two thighs that need baby powder just to make sure they don't start fires. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Oh,
okay, so I hear somebody talking about Tyreek Hill was talking trash about. What the hell? What did Tyreek Hill say? I
don't know about that part. I didn't see the whole interview, yes. But I did see.
I see Brian people talking about Tyreek Hill need to sit his ass down somewhere. That's all I saw.
I don't know what he said.
I don't know. That's why I'm waiting on the chat to see what he say.
You talking about what he said to Pat Mahomes?
Oh Lord, what the? I'm scared. What the hell he say?
It was something about he was telling somebody that somebody else was a better quarterback than him, and I think Pat Mahomes he showed 2 of his rings as a result.
Sit your dumb ass down somewhere. Look
good. He told Bijan he needed to beef up, and he said the Falcons were an easy team to beat. Oh, he was interviewing Bijan Robinson. Oh.
That man just trying to get some of that Falcon heat. That's all. Like we know every time that's how the media, he got a podcast to promote. He just trying to get some of that Falcon heat. Like that's the same thing the ESPN did with that Lamar Jackson. You make a statement about the Falcons, and hopefully the Falcon fans will start acting crazy on Twitter and making them even more popular. That's all. Like,
okay.
How is it an easy team to beat? Like, man, shut up.
You talking about the silly nannies strategy?
Yeah.
The silly goose strategy.
How the hell is it an easy team to beat? And bro, we literally gave y'all a run for your money, and you up here talking about the easy team. Like, shut up! Like, shut your ass up. Like you blew the Falcons out of something. That's the stuff you can see right through a lot of this stuff, because they bet the Chiefs even in that year going to the AFC Championship or went to the Super Bowl. Like they went to the Super Bowl, but like they barely beat the Falcons, and the Falcons gave team blueprint to beat them. And then we up here talking about the Falcons are an easy team, and that was early 2020, was it?
Yeah, we played the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we played the Chiefs,
it was like towards the latter part of the season, because we had Ian wasn't even the coach yet.
2020, right?
Ian was gone.
I think that was 2020.
We had Raheem Morris as our coach.
Right. All right. So yeah, that was before. No, that was 2020. So that was 2019, 2020, one of them.
2019, we gave the Chiefs the blueprint to beat the damn 49ers. Because remember, we beat the 49ers.
No,
in
I'm talking
2019.
about no. I'm not talking about that. It was the game when he was the lad when Raheem Morris and they was in the playoffs and the team and the Falcons ended up I think it was like 21. The game ended up being like 21-17 or something like that.
Yeah.
And the Falcons
Oh no,
almost
you
because
ain't.
at
I
that
know
time
you
the
ain't
Chiefs.
talking about. I know you ain't. I know you ain't talking about the Calvin Ridley slip, the side slide game. I know you ain't talking about that game.
And then we missed the field goal that game. I think we missed the field goal and we lost that game.
Yeah. So we
Yeah,
should
that
have
was
beat them. Like
it was
this is
2020.
stuff
That
I
was
be
late
talking
2020.
about. He's like you just saying stuff, just be saying.
He just gonna bring up Calvin the Chiefs game where Calvin Ridley could have easily scored a
I was
touchdown
just saying, brother. I'm
on the
just saying.
slant that was beautifully thrown by Matt Ryan, but his goofy ass, instead of going straight, he ran to the sideline,
I'm sorry.
and we ended up.
I apologize,
And this was the same game Patrick Mahomes tried to moss Keanu Neal and damn near broke his hip. And in the very same game, they tried this flea flicker stupid pass where they doing 360 spins in the formation. You know what? I ain't gonna say nothing on that.
Can you feel it? Can you feel
Can
it?
you feel it? Can you feel it? Doom, 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 doom. Can you feel it? Yeah. He turned into damn Michael Johnson and Jeffrey Osborne that game. But like you said, that's just yeah. Like you said, Brian Peoples, that was the really smooth criminal game. Yes. Yeah, that was the off the wall game. No, he wasn't moonwalking yet. Goddamn, we're gonna call it off the wall because motherfucker, I damn near
No,
jumped
not
off the wall through a wall just seeing that damn play.
what the hell are you doing? Go forward.
That's all we said was go the fuck forward. Like, can you imagine? Hold on, wait a minute. Let me move out the way here. Okay, y'all see this field, right? You see this field. Okay, we got right here at the 50-yard line. He caught the slant right here. I can't get any closer, but we're going to try. All the safeties were right here. He could have burnt through them and scored. But what he did was when he caught the ball here, and he caught the ball right here, and instead of going forward, this some bitch went this way.
He allowed the damn safeties to pursue his ass.
Look, I got a question. Is the touchdown is the end zone down here or is it over here?
Point to
Hold
where
on,
you
we
was.
gonna look at this damn
Hold on.
screen. Hold on.
Hey, K Styles, point to down, point to the other area, not the end zone. Point to the sideline again.
Okay.
That right there was where his betting charts, his loan charts was when he got to gamble during the games and shit. That's what he was running to.
This goofy mother.
Wow.
Oh my god. Oh man, where my bleach at?
He ran to the sideline.
Hold on, where my bleach at? Hold on.
Oh God, no, don't do it, K-Side. No, not the bleach. Not the bleach.
All right. Damn the bleach. We gonna use the bat for this one. Okay, so as we look at this screen right here, once again, end zone. You run straight to the end zone. That is the objective right there. When you catch the ball right here, your end zone is not down here. Once again. And got your ass caught right here on the 30-yard line. You know what?
I'm sorry that I even brought
Uh,
up again.
that was the very last film breakdown show we did on AFM. Was that game right there? That's all y'all need to know. And then Brian people said, "Cool, missed the field goal on the same drive."
Yep, sure did.
yeah.
Yeah,
That was that look.
they talk about, man, we need to fire this man. I'm like, bro, typical emotional Falcons fans.
Right. Yes. This Gooferton, I ain't gonna call him a goofball. This Gooferton ran into the sideline.
Dude was doing his best. Trying
Uh,
to stay up the sideline, trying to stay bounds. It was foolish. It was really foolish of him doing.
And then we got OZ fumbling again. You know what?
Let's not go to that breakdown of that game.
No. I refuse. Thy Satan. I refuse. All right. All right. Let's see. We got about. Let's say about a good few more minutes. You want to let some folks on? Let them get their thoughts out right quick. Might as well.
Where's the showstopper at, man?
yeah, let's do that.
Pause,
Hey, we ain't gonna be on this
up.
motherfucker for no hour and a half talking to y'all.
We ain't doing no hour here. We got a 9:30 limit.
Yeah.
We got a 9:30 limit. Lord have mercy.
I'm trying to go get me a
So for this Q&A part right here, like I said, we opening up the StreamYard link. Like I said, you can get your thoughts out, whatever. Like you said, whatever you want to get off your chest. Like I said, we got a 9:30 limit now, so I gotta go to work in the morning. So it's open for everybody and anybody that want to hop on. William, what's good, man?
What's going on, man? My K-Styles, the Don, man. Nah, I ain't gonna say too much. I just want to say this this little 1 minute. This dude,
Okay,
Tyreek Hill had Bijan Robinson on the little broadcast, and Tyreek Hill was like, he was like, how y'all gonna do when it's a joint practice? Because I might go to that in August 2nd, because my birthday around that time. But anyway, he was saying that what's his name? The defense coordinator they got from Denver, Flangelo.
I know you talking.
Yeah, he's saying something about, oh yeah, our defense gonna be nasty. He was telling Bijan Robinson he need to put some more weight on his body, and Bijan Robinson was like, man, hey, any team can get you.
Yeah,
be
you
in
said Vic
if a given Sunday. Yeah, Flangelo, who Denver Nuggets, the defense coordinator.
Yeah,
he's saying.
Then last year he's with Philly.
Yeah, he's saying they defense nasty this year. But I'm trying to say who the hell y'all got outside of Jalen Ramsey.
Hold on, to his defense, and I'm not trying to cap for the dude. Fangio, well-known defensive guru. So the Dolphins' defense can very well improve from last year. Now I'm not gonna go far as to say it's gonna be nasty, but Fangio, everywhere he's been, they have had an above average or top 10 defense. Look at the Eagles' defense last year. They went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dolphins gonna be a pretty good damn team. They're gonna be a pretty good team.
But I like just don't see them. Go ahead, K-Star.
That's what we want. We want him to underestimate the Falcons, because what's going to end up happening is we're going to get some Tua Tagovailoa ducks thrown out there, and we got the secondary that can pick it off.
Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, we didn't play this past year, right? We didn't play. Right. Okay, when we played Denver in 2020, we beat the hell out of them. Vic Fangio, if I recall, Vic Fangio, he was the the head coach and for the Broncos. So I know. People gonna say, "Well, we didn't have Arthur Smith here in 2020." I get that,
We have motherfucking Dirk Cutter as the offense coordinator.
bruh.
Who
If
But that's all I see, fellas, man. All I'm saying is on paper they're a playoff team, but I don't see them going over the hump in that LC. Like you got Buffalo Bills, you got Kansas, you got Denver gonna be might be good. That's what I'm saying. Tyree Hill just need to shut up and play. Because
bruh,
all I'm saying, we bust them last time we played him in 2021. Kyle Pitts almost had damn 100 yards.
bruh, listen, and not even the AFC. Look at that division they in. Look at the division. They got the Buffalo Bills, who pretty much I'm gonna put
Hey, can
it.
I say something real quick?
Hold on. As the fact, um, you got the Jets, who on paper that looks good, and then you also got New England, like Bill Belichick still there. So they don't with that whole division right now. It looks wide open.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man. I'm out y'all doing, man. I see y'all at the main event, man, next month, 22nd, man. That's all I had to say, man. Say my piece. One
Hey
love.
man, hey man, we appreciate it, man. Hey, we look forward to seeing you out there, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Wolf, what's going on, man?
Hello. How's
What it do?
everybody
What it
doing?
do?
How's everybody doing this evening?
Oh hell.
And you in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I was the one in Puerto Rico. Yes, sir.
Hey man, let me tell you something, man. I spit
Mm.
in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
Ah, ah, I
Wait,
got it.
wait.
I got that. So
What the fuck, man?
you're the one you're the one that said William Regal in the same sentence as Desmond Ritter? Is that you?
Huh?
Are you the same Don that said William Regal in the same sentence as Desmond Ritter?
I don't recall that.
You don't recall? Okay. So I'm not going to address it now. I'm not going to address it now if you don't recall. Because what you and OG Sam said was a travesty. Okay? Well, I'm going to let you go back and cite since everybody wants to cite and everybody wants to give credit. I'm going to let you go back and watch the live and go to an hour and 20 minutes. You guys started at an hour and 20 minutes where you guys put Desmond Ritter in the same category as William Regal.
You know what? I do recall now.
You recall?
I recall now. Yeah, I
Do
did.
you want me to address that now, or do you want me to wait that for Friday Madness? How do you want to do it, sir?
I mean,
Hey,
you can go ahead and dress it right now.
I'm gonna be real.
If you want.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be with an old lady Friday, so we can go on and address it now.
Okay.
I
So,
ain't had nobody peed on my personal time on Friday night.
okay, cool. So when you say William Regal can wrestle, the people that don't believe in Desmond Ritter are the same people that say William Regal can't wrestle, right? That was the analogy. That's an insult to William Regal because William Regal has a career in his profession.
You
Now,
right?
okay, OG Sam said if you haven't seen enough of Desmond Ritter, that you're not a football fan. That's what he said. I'm citing his exact words. I'm not making anything up. You can go back and watch an hour and 20. That's what he said. Then I must not be a football fan. Now, do I support him? Yes. Am I a fan of Desmond Ritter? No. Do I support him? Yes. Because I don't watch college football. Now, I did my research of the last 10 years of the University of Cincinnati quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do my research like that. There's not one guy that came out of that program that was NFL ready. Not one. So Desmond Ritter setting Cincinnati on fire means nothing because there's nobody there to compare him to. In the NFL, 4 games is nothing. It's absolutely nothing. Now, you want to take what you did in a business. K-Style has to go to work tomorrow. Let's say OG
Oh
Sam
god,
a
my
business,
bad, y'all.
right?
Go ahead.
You can't live off what you did 4 years ago. You can't live off what you've done 4 years ago. It's what you're going to do now, right? There's nobody on this team that I'm seeing right now that I'm going to run and spend $200 on a fucking jersey on. Not one player. So I'm gonna be real. I was like very thrown back by that because I think I support the team. I think I've shown that I support the team a lot. But when you want to compare at least a career William Regal, who is probably one of the greatest in-ring performers, that's fine. If you want to look at William Regal's career as an impact wrestler, oh my God. If Vince McMahon would have gave William Regal the ball, WWE would have been out of business. He is not an impact wrestler, not at all. And I don't see Desmond Ritter making an impact as a player. As a person, to his family, yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
But as a football player, I haven't seen anything yet.
I think this is where it William Regal is known to a lot of people, and I think this is where they came from with that. Is that William Regal is probably one of the most technical sound guys in the business, and I'm talking about he dude is technical. And then with Desmond Ritter, like you said, you're not gonna spend no damn $200 on no Desmond Ritter fan unless you his grandma or his immediate family. Like, look, I don't want no damn Desmond Ritter. Like, he more boring than Matt Ryan is. I thought that wasn't possible, but he's boring. He's more boring than Matt Ryan is. Matt Ryan has zero personality. If you look at, he's the quintessential. I'll call him Napoleon Dynamite. That's what Desmond Ritter. He's Napoleon Dynamite. He's so damn corny, it's funny. All right. So with that being said, William Regal is definitely that. So I don't think they meant it as far as his skills.
Mike, we could have said D. Malenko. We could have said Tully Blanchard. We could have said Mike Rotundo, Barry Windham, right? I'm not listening to names. I'm look at the names I'm listing. I know my wrestling very well. Okay, the names I mentioned right now, they're great wrestlers. They weren't impact wrestlers, right? They weren't the guy that you're gonna give the ball to. They weren't Ric Flair. They weren't Harley Race. They weren't Bruno Sammartino. They weren't those guys. They weren't Macho Man Randy Savage. They weren't those guys. So when you exactly when they tried to make Lex Luger, they tried to make Lex Luger the next Hulk Hogan, and it didn't work out. I'm not saying what Desmond Ritter I'm not saying what Desmond Ritter is doing right now isn't amazing, because when you look at a job, there's only 32 guys in the world that could do the starting quarterback position. There's only 32 guys that could do that position. That tells me that position is very valuable and a lot of people can't do it. But when you say what he did 4 years ago, Mike, K Styles, what you did 4 years ago doesn't transcend what you're doing now as far as your job or your business. It doesn't transcend to that. It's what the NFL is what you're doing for me this year, not what you did for me last year or the year before that. It's what you're going to do this year.
Yeah.
Can I ask the brother a question? Can I ask the brother a question?
He only had 4 games, man. Yeah. 4 games.
Exactly.
And the thing is, like, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't believe in him, because I do. We drafted him for a reason, and they giving him the keys for a reason.
Right.
But go ahead, Chauncey, man.
Now, what I want to ask the brother is, I mean, so how are you to evaluate him? Because right now he's been. Now I'm asking because he said you can't go off 4 years ago. You can't go off 4 games of last year based on, unless I'm misunderstanding them. So what? So how are we to evaluate him? What are we to go off?
I'm not going off of anything. I'm going off of what he's going to do in September. I'm going off of what he's going to do September, week 1. I'm not going off of anything that he did in Cincinnati, because look, everybody knows here, K Styles, Mike, I don't lie. I don't watch college. I don't watch college football, right?
I understood that. When you said that.
Right.
You just
understood that.
You watch.
Okay.
Hold on. Let him finish. Go ahead.
So certain sports, certain sports, right? You can develop skill, and it takes a long time. Let's say like boxing, right? Boxing is a skill that over and over you have to practice to master what you're good at, right? We don't have that in the NFL. In the NFL, it's either hit or miss. It's not like boxing. You talk a guy like Pernell Whitaker. You talk about a guy, not Floyd Mayweather, but Roger, the defense, the Philly shell defense. It took years to get that down packed. Down pat. Mike Tyson, Customato, it took years to get that product down pat. A quarterback, it's either you're good or you're not. I don't know, with watching 4 games in Baltimore against the Saints and against Tampa, and the other Cleveland, I'm not sure.
I get it. I
I'm
totally
not sure
understand
what
now.
I'm seeing.
I get it.
Right.
So basically, Wolf, it is you don't want to make any proclamation until we actually see a full
Right.
season. And this is something. These are the things that I say all the time.
Right.
Unless you played 4 seasons and had 4 consistent seasons, you don't even deserve to be in the category of very good or elite because you haven't played long enough.
Right.
And that's the thing with a lot of NFL uh, fans and even especially analysts. Y'all want to say after a year that Jalen Hurts deserves a $200 million contract. I say Philadelphia some fucking morons.
Right.
They fucking stupid to give a guy who played 2 years and had one good year $200 million.
Right.
And I agree with you on that. And here's the thing, like, let's look at Josh Allen. Like, he was drafted in 2018, right?
Mhm.
All right, he has 4 years under his belt now. He's on the cover of Madden, which I really don't give a crap about, but I could put him in a top tier quarterbacks. Why? Because he's been consistently good for majority of his time in the NFL. If we all can agree to that.
Not those first. He almost got
The first
traded.
2 years.
The first 2
That's
years,
why he's not elite in my book either, because he hasn't. Look, for me, it's 4 consecutive years of great football for me to even say that you're elite.
Listen, I take that as an insult. I take that as an insult from somebody who watched the Falcons longer than I am, to go through what, because I've done the history of the red helmets. I've done the history. I'm not just talking to be talking. I actually sat down and wrote the quarterback names from Cincinnati. I wrote the last 10.
Hold on, Wolf. Let me kind of explain what. Look, see, everybody. Look, I'm gonna put everybody brands together so y'all can get it. We gonna. I'm talking about the people in the comments. All right.
Right.
What he's saying. Listen to what I'm saying. It's not about comparing wrestlers to football players. What he's saying is William Regal had years of development. All right, we're talking about years of development. To compare William Regal to a Desmond Ritter who hasn't done anything yet is kind of disrespectful. I totally agree with that. So that's what he's saying. He's not comparing wrestlers in football. Okay,
No.
sometimes
it's clear what he's saying.
Always.
It's clear.
It's clear what he's saying. I mean,
if the people in the comments.
But hey, some people just don't want to comprehend shit. It's clear what he said.
Right.
William Regal is probably one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time. In fact, a lot of wrestlers right now that are performing is on account of him.
Inspired by him. Right.
So I understand. I understand completely what the brother's saying. I understand. Pretty much, he sounds like me a little bit because I have a huge problem.
Right.
I have a huge problem when folks go to anointing people too fucking quick. That's just me. So I understand what the man. I that's why I asked him the question. What he asked me, he gave me the answer that I needed. Yeah.
I just wanted everybody to understand what he was saying. He wasn't comparing the sports. It was comparing that.
I'm not comparing the sports or anything, because look, right, like in certain sports, things you can develop longer, right? Take a look at what the USA soccer team just did. We're dominating Mexico. We've never dominated Mexico the way we have. It's because our
Right.
players are younger, they're faster. Mexico would dominate us in soccer for a long time. When you watch that game over the week, everybody in America should be proud of this USA soccer team that's coming out. It
Oh,
took
for sure.
it takes 20 years to develop a team like that. It takes 20 years to develop a team like that. In the NFL, you don't have that time. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing the research because K Styles told me, okay, listen, this is what the quarterback does. Mike tells me this. I'm like, okay, let me see what's going on. Dawn, if you have, right, I always look at the stuff, right, and I say, okay, whatever. Let me see what they're talking about, right. Listen, if he hits as a third round pick, if he hits, we're good, right?
Hell yeah.
We're good.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Right. If he doesn't hit, then guess what you have to do? You have to be able to keep up with your opposition and what they're doing, because the opposition, they went to go get their quarterback, right? They went to go get the guy that they said, okay, this is what we're going to do for the next 10 years. This is the guy. Now, whether he's small, big, tall, it doesn't matter to me. That the quarterback position is only 32 men in the world can do that position. Now, I'm a stupid individual. I've never heard college football and they mention the University of Cincinnati. I've never heard the University of Cincinnati at any college football conversations. Never. I'm a stupid individual. I don't watch college football, right?
That don't make you stupid.
But
don't make you dumb. Shoot, some folks just don't watch.
But K Styles, you're missing my point, right? I always gonna play stupid, never am stupid, but I'm gonna play stupid, right? So I'm listening to the experts, right? Listening to the experts or so-called experts. I never heard the University of Cincinnati. I've never. The only people I hear is the same thing over and over again. Georgia, Alabama, Ohio, Michigan. I don't even know who the fifth team is, but maybe it's Clemson. Maybe you hear something like that. Listen, I've never heard anybody in conversation say University of Cincinnati is a top team. I've never heard that. Never.
Let me answer that.
All right, let me answer this too. Daniel Jones. I understand Daniel Jones struggled the past year. What school did he went to?
Duke University.
Okay, good. All right.
Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes.
I'm not gonna mention Patrick Mahomes, but Zach Wilson. What college he went to?
BYU. What school did I went to?
Yeah.
He went to Wyoming.
Wyoming. Okay.
Are you talking about Josh Allen? You talking about?
Zach? I thought you said Zach Wilson. I don't know why I thought
Wilson was BYU.
Oh no, I wasn't.
Yeah.
No, you said Zach Williams. You said Zach Wilson.
You said Zach
Wilson.
Josh Allen from
Josh Allen, Wyoming.
Wyoming. All right. I'm gonna say this guy name, Lamar Jackson.
Louisville.
All right. So, like, we just named schools that you just didn't mention, like Georgia, Bama, Ohio State, Michigan. Like, most of these quarterbacks, man, that these really good quarterbacks in the league, and we can just go back to the days of Phillip Rivers and Matt Ryan and those guys too. They didn't go to no Power 5. They didn't go to those top 5 schools.
Mm-hmm. Right, but you have to understand. I don't watch college. I don't watch college, right? I don't watch college.
I get it. I comprehend that.
Right. So if I'm listening to the so-called experts, they're saying, well, listen, the big schools. Of course, I know that Daniel Jones went to Duke. Nobody had Daniel Jones on their draft board. Nobody did, right? Mitchell Trubisky got drafted before Patrick Mahomes. Go figure, right?
Yep.
I get that science, right? I get the science of what you're trying to tell me. The problem is you have to understand when you're listening to something, you're saying, okay, it's something because you're not into it. If I was to tell you, listen, does BJ Penn mean anything to you?
Who is that?
I'm just
fighter.
asking. Right, he's a fighter, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know who he is. Excuse me. Slap me.
Because
That's his point. I get your point, Wolf.
I'm a UFC fan, so if somebody tells me BJ Penn, I know exactly who that is, right? Because I'm into the sport. But let's say if I was to mention Conor McGregor, then everybody gonna pick up Conor. Everybody's gonna pick up Nate, right? And then they're not gonna know what type of style. They don't understand the UFC, the grappling to the wrestling to the jiu-jitsu. So when I'm listening to college football, I get it. The smaller schools have the better quarterbacks. Okay, I get that. I understand that. But you're telling me Desmond Ridder is setting the records on fire in Cincinnati, and there's nobody good ever went to Cincinnati. Look at the quarterback list. There's nobody in Cincinnati.
I will say this about Desmond Ridder. Cincinnati, when they became relevant, he was the quarterback.
Yes.
Now, you can take that with a grain of salt, but when they were, I'm gonna say this delicately, they became kind of a power while he was there because he kept them in the. I ain't gonna say he kept them. They were in the top 10 most of the time. He was there.
Now, let me
go ahead. Now, I'm gonna say this. Given the research that the brother did, I can understand his angle and his point. But when Cincinnati, of course, they couldn't knock off the big dogs. They couldn't. But when they became relevant, I'm using the word relevant. Relevant don't mean you was the greatest. That means, okay, we'll let you in the car with back seat. But when they became relevant, he was the quarterback.
Now, I want to say this. Do anybody know why Desmond Ridder chose to go to the University of Cincinnati?
No.
It had something to do with his personal life. I'm trying to remember. It had something to do with
he had got hurt, and I think
it was one guy only who recruited him there.
Oh, you talking about Zach Taylor?
Zach Taylor.
Okay.
He was real high on Desmond Ridder going there, but we know Zach Taylor left Cincinnati and he became the quarterback's coach for the Rams. All right. And ultimately, that parlayed him to get the job with the Bengals. So so he was trying to go to Louisville. He had a scholarship to go to Louisville because remember at the time when he was recruited, I think it was the last year of Lamar Jackson. So he could have been Lamar Jackson's successor in Louisville,
right?
But he went to Cincinnati. That kind of steered his choice to go to Cincinnati. Go ahead, man.
But listen, the Atlanta Falcons is always coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? Coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? We could have drafted T.J. Watt. We went to Tack McKinley.
Yep, we should have.
Right?
Oh man, that man just stabbed me. I'm dead. Oh, he just stabbed me. Why that man stabbed me? Bro, why, bro? I ain't know. I'm just meeting you, bro. I ain't never done that to you, man.
Listen, look.
That man just stabbed me, man.
Listen,
and we could have drafted Clay Matthews too, but
right. Listen, when K Styles and Mike do their show, and I can't comment or I can't come on as often as I can, but I listen to the show and I take from the show and I say, okay, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. For you to tell me I'm not a fan because of what somebody did 4 years ago is very insulting to me because I done went through the pain, okay, mental pain and anguish with this team. Okay, I've been through so much with this team on and off the field. You can't tell me and not only the 28-3 or whatever the case may be. I know some of those players are going through mental anguish because that game gives people mental anguish, whether you're a fan or a player.
Oh God!
You can't tell me I'm not a fan.
Who told you?
Oh God!
But that's the question I have to ask you though. Like you said, Was it a general statement as far as to you, or was that just a shit talk moment that you felt insulted by?
Hey Styles, I came on the Friday Night Madness when I said Desmond Ritter wasn't really that guy. Before he said that. You go back to Friday Night Madness when Black Cat was in there. I said, "Yo, listen, Bryce I was trolling, right? Bryce is a demon, first round pick on his other.
I remember that.
So I said, I'm not a fan of Desmond. I support Desmond. I'm not a fan of Desmond. I support anything that's that logo. I said it in my beef video. I support anything that's with that logo. Unless you a funny style dude like some pedo or some rapo, I ain't messing with you. But anything that I'm about that logo, bro. I support anything that's with that logo. Anything. Because that logo till the casket drop, it's gonna be an Atlanta Falcon casket. I ride to the death with me. So for you to say, and if you generalizing the statement, I get it. But if you generalizing the statement and I'm telling you like, yo, he might not be that guy, well then you talking to the masses, and the masses is the wolves. You talking to me.
All right. Well,
let me say this. Hold on. Let me say this. Let me say this. Y'all gotta understand where he from. All right. Let me say that. I'm saying. Hold on. Stop. Shut up. Everybody gotta shut up. Okay. We from the South. Okay. We look. OG from the streets. OG Truth Hurts is from the streets. OG Wolf, all right, is from the streets. You don't just go around saying this motherfucker the next big and think you gonna get away with this shit. Motherfucker gonna crack your head. You say you what? You using my name? This is essentially what he's saying. You don't use a motherfucking name if he ain't put in that work. That's all he's saying. Okay, so I know everybody's in their feelings. I know everybody. But I'm putting it in street terms. I had to put it in street terms. You don't use
from the
motherfucker.
streets. I am not from the streets. I am not from the streets.
Let me ask this. Let me ask this.
Go ahead.
Oh man.
So I'm gonna ask you this. So when you have a quarterback that you may not know if he is the guy or not, what is the best thing you do for him?
I'll wait and see.
That progress.
Yeah, of course. You're gonna surround them with dynamic players. I get that, K-Styles. You're gonna surround them with dynamic players.
Right. Okay. So the thing is, what we're looking at is, I think where the mindset comes down to, this may not be you, but I'm just looking at just the general standpoint when they're looking at a guy like a Desmond Ritter. And I think this is where this whole William Regal thing came into. It's not comparing the careers as far as the length to the 4 games, but it's more so of the aspects, the aesthetics of the character in itself. Now, we as wrestling fans, we know William Regal.
We know it, right? We know.
See, but the casual wrestling fan may not give a shit about William Regal because he ain't flipping off of ladders and
he's not.
This dude doing 630 flips and getting kicked in the face with exploding boots and stuff like that. See, I think this is where it's coming down to. Like I said before, and you've heard me say this before. Desmond Ritter is not an exciting guy.
No.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not an exciting guy. But what he is he is a guy that you just need him to get the job done.
Right.
This is all we're asking for. This is why you put the talent around him. This is why, as us Falcon fans, we're more excited about the team this year because you're putting the team first.
Right.
Like you said, you give Desmond Ritter those couple years to see if he can be that guy.
Okay, but K-Styles, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What do you think the average quarterback is making now? And this is a very easy question because your man's just said the name, because that's the average. What do you think an average quarterback is making now?
The average quarterback right now is going to be anywhere between, well, if you're looking at anywhere between 30 to 40 million right now.
Okay, so Daniel Jones just threw for 15 touchdowns
and
got that, right? Okay, so that's the standard of an average quarterback because 15 is average, right?
Right.
15 is average.
Yeah, around 15, 20, yeah.
Okay, here's what no Atlanta Falcon content creator is researching, and I'm researching it deeply right now. In a little bit, you got to start paying people. In a little bit, you got to start paying people. Now, if Desmond gives you 18 and 11, because I think he could give you 18 and 11, you're telling me if he's not exciting, you're going to give him $40 million.
I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah, I think that's what they kept. That's why they designed the team the way that they designed it.
Yeah, can I say something real quick? And this is what I tried to say like 3 minutes ago. Yeah, I get it that we said that we can't get the time that he was in Cincinnati, but we cannot ignore his winning record up there as well, man.
Of course.
Like that's something that he is a game man. He is a man. He is a game general, and I feel like with his skills of winning like that'll transcend to what he could possibly be here in Atlanta.
Yeah,
and like
we
said before, go ahead.
I get that, but there's a difference between being an amateur and a pro, right?
Trust me, I understand, man.
Okay,
I'm aware of that.
And listen, you and Sam are not wrong on your points. You guys are not wrong, and I take that with a grain of salt. Listen, ask Mike. Mike was like, yo, I thought nobody caught that. Of course I'm going to catch that. And I rewinded it, and I listened to it, and I rewinded it, and I listened to it, and I rewinded it, and I listened to it, right? Because that's what listen, I get it. Listen, if you're a college football fan, I like the kid's attitude. Yo, coach, they fucked up. They shouldn't have took this long for you to get drafted. I like that swag. I love it, right? Listen, the reason why I became an Atlanta Falcon fan was because of the swag. You know what I'm saying? Jerry Glansville made the Daily News when my bosses was on the cover of the Daily News. Jerry Glansville made the Daily News when the Falcons wasn't even a thing.
Where you from, Wolf?
This is before MC Hammer had pumps in a bump, and fucking Atlanta Falcons shit in pumps in a bump. You could go to Brand Nubians when punks jump up.
Jersey, from Jersey.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so, bro, when the starter jackets, when the Falcons starter jackets first came out, like I was on it. So, for you to generalize that statement that I'm not a fan, bro. You got to be crazy.
But hold on, Styles. I never said that you wasn't a fan, man.
No. You didn't say that. You said the William Regal. That's why I'm dressing the William Regal to you.
Yeah, I'm good with that, and I don't take it personally.
Okay.
Like
right.
that.
No. There's nothing personal. You can ask K Styles. You can ask Mike. You can ask anybody in this community. I'm the coolest. Listen. One thing I'm not gonna do is do 30 years in jail. I ain't doing 30 years in jail for nobody.
Right.
I ain't gonna be walking the yard and people be like, yo, let me see your paperwork. And you went to an Atlanta Falcon game and you killed somebody? What the fuck is you do? What? You ain't with all that. You know what I'm saying?
Let me get this right quick. Now, Wolf, you asked a question about paying the $40 million for this quarterback. Okay, so let me list some names out here. I'm just going off the guys that's making around that right now.
Okay.
We're going to go within the 30 to 40 range. Okay, Lamar Jackson, that's 52 right now.
Okay,
You know Jalen Hurts, 51.
Oof.
Is Kyler Murray exciting to you?
No.
Hell no.
46.1. Deshaun Watson, we don't know yet. He played football in 3 years.
We don't know.
46.
Oof.
Matt Stafford, 40.
Oof.
Enough said.
Nah.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, you can stop right there.
Oh.
No, I'm gonna keep going. We keeping going on the list.
I mean, Dak Prescott, come on.
Yeah.
He said Daniel Jones. Okay, Derek Carr 37.
You can stay in that car if you want to.
Kirk Cousins 35.
We better beat them, but go ahead. Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill 29. So
why is Ryan Tannehill still in the league? But go ahead.
But that's the thing.
Because of Arthur Smith.
Yep.
Like you said, the thing is, regardless on how quarterbacks is getting paid out here,
right?
It's all depending on the market. Now, but when we really look at these quarterback contracts, and me and Mike kind of did the breakdown. Actually, a lot of us did the breakdown on this.
Right.
If you look at a lot of these contracts, these contracts can get voided after year 2. Yes. So, is it really is that really a lot of money if I have an out where I can get rid of your ass after year 2 or 3?
No, I get it, K-Style. But listen, you have to have an antagonist, right? You have to have an antagonist, and that's what I am right now.
Yeah, because I was about to just say, man, you literally
have to listen. Look, listen. Look, K-Styles, Mike. Everybody here. I never seen Doomsday run from Superman. I never seen it.
Oh man.
I never seen it. Right? If you're gonna take a role, and I'm gonna always take the role to be very, very transparent and very truthful, I can't co-sign everything that an Atlanta Falcon content creator says about Desmond Ridder. I can't co-sign everything. It's not gonna happen, right? There has to be somebody that says, you know what, maybe let's think about what's going on here. Is he an impactful player? Are you going to go right now on Friday and spend $150 or $170 on a Desmond Ridder jersey? Because I'm not. I've been to Mitchell & Ness. Mitchell & Ness doesn't carry Matt Ryan yet. They don't carry Julio Jones yet. And if they do, they fake. Because I go to the Mitchell & Ness stores in downtown Philly. Okay? They even stopped selling Jesse Tuggle. They stopped selling the Jesse Tuggle, which was $400. They only sell the Vic and they only sell the Dion.
All right. So
when you talk
but by you saying being the antagonist on that, but you do realize how you feel about Desmond Ridder is about how 89% of people here in Atlanta feel about him.
But also, I want to say this too.
Look, he's not wrong because I feel the same way about Desmond Ridder.
No one said he's wrong.
This is what I'm saying though. Like I said, you're going to have that conversation whether one side is going to be for him or another side is going to be on the wait and see. Right. At the end of the day, we ain't going to know until the damn season starts.
Exactly, right.
But the thing is, where Wolf is saying as far as being the antagonist, as far as saying he's not agreeing to some of the takes of Desmond Ridder. Right. Like I said, if you look at our takes, we are really in the minority compared to the other side. If you really look at it.
But let me say this.
But
hold on.
But does that make you an antagonist or does that make you a protagonist? If your talking point is of the popular narrative.
But listen. Hulkamania was bigger NWO. There's some people that can play both. Triple H, D-Generation X, and Triple H with the game and stuff. Some people can play both sides. There's nobody bigger than Roddy Piper. There's nobody bigger as a heel and as a hero than Roddy Piper. Nobody's bigger than Jake the Snake Robert when it comes to that. You could play both sides. The problem is how you play it, right? How you play the villain and how you play the hero. Because listen, he's an impactful person off the field to his daughter. He's probably a tremendous husband. He's probably a tremendous father. He's probably a great athlete in college. 4 games doesn't tell me anything in the NFL, though. It doesn't tell me nothing.
Right.
It tells me that a kid, if he was that guy last year, K Styles, we wouldn't have had punk ass fucking Marcus Mariota play all 12 of those games.
Look. At the end of the day, this is what this man. All right, this is what this man. Let's wait and see.
September.
And that's what I be. That's what I've been saying. God damn it, K-Star, what the hell you got this? That's what we talking about. You gonna say the same shit I say in just a different way?
No. So look, hold on. So if we're going off of that logic, does Bijan Robinson go in this conversation too?
Of course he does.
Everybody goes in that. That's how. This is how we.
Let's go back to what he said in the beginning. He said that there's 32 guys. There's 32 guys in this world at that quarterback position that can play. All right, my question is like, who can we bring in that can be better than Desmond Ritter?
He didn't say that, Don. God damn it!
I know
he didn't say that.
I know he
God
didn't say
damn
that.
it! We made 15 fucking videos on this shit. He just don't bring up a point that we don't know.
Mike, hush, damn.
God damn!
I know he didn't say that. I'm talking to other fans.
He ain't took his medicine. He ain't took his medicine.
So
my question to him,
can I
about to get him his medicine. About to get his medicine.
Go ahead.
Blackberry, go ahead.
Give him his medicine. He ain't took his medicine now. Give him his medicine.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. You ain't took your medicine.
I ain't take my medicine.
Yeah, you
Listen,
jumping the
look.
gun. I was talking about the other fans. I wasn't talking about.
Listen,
You gotta crack that seal. You
I'm
gotta
sorry.
crack that
I'm
seal
sorry.
on that bottom, Mike.
Y'all
You
ain't
gotta crack
I'm
that seal.
sorry, man. I
Listen,
apologize. I apologize.
Mike and K Styles and I know Blackberry's done a video of breaking down the schedule and stuff like that. I think the schedule. Oh God. The schedule.
Man, Wolf, Wolf is the king of bullshit, man. This man here, Wolf know how to stir up some shit, man.
I see what Wolf is doing though. See, Wolf pulling the same shit we do.
This is
We
Paul
gonna do the
fucking
same shit we
Heyman
do, right?
reincarnated. He's a
He
Puerto
asked
Rican
questions.
Paul Heyman. That's what he is from that point on.
Paul Heyman.
He's Paul Heyman, Puerto Rican Paul Heyman. This is what he is.
Don King without the hair. He Don King without the hair.
But you know what? Wrestling wouldn't be, and I'm gonna say this: wrestling wouldn't be shit without Paul Heyman.
For sure. Oh, for sure.
Oh, no.
So we need the Puerto Rican Paul Heyman.
No, listen.
Because he's gonna ask the questions that need to be asked. But hold on. Let me jump in here real quick because I want to point. I want to kind of iron this out for the fan base and everybody that's listening. Let me iron this out for you. So I'm gonna use some examples here. So USC, University of Southern California.
Yep.
Okay. At a point in time, especially in the 70s, that was the team to be reckoned with. Here come early 2000s. They have Matt Leinart. 2003 and 2004, they win championships. Everybody think USC is back on the map again. USC is making a comeback in the early 2000s. Matt Leinart was supposed to be the next Joe Montana. He was supposed to be the next big thing in football. Matt Leinart turned out to be hot garbage in the NFL. One, because of injury.
That man has a family, Blackberry. That man has a family, Blackberry.
he got a family, but he hopefully his family ain't as hot trash as he was in the National Football League. So it was injuries, and then it was he just didn't live up to the buck. Okay. Then USC fell off again. Okay. Now the point is to that is, even when they have the hype, even when you see what they're capable of in college, they got the big name, they at the big school, it's a big market for as far as for the school goes, for the student body and for the NCAA, they still have to come to the next level where I've said it's a whole nother beast. You're going from playing kids to playing grown ass men. Now you grown in college. You grown, yeah, you young adult grown, but you ain't grown ass man grown until you get to the National Football League. Now, see, this is the case for every single player that has been fortunate enough to make his way to the National Football League. Making it to college football, y'all, is hard as well.
Yes,
It's hard to become a college football player.
Yes,
So when I say the respect that you have to put on these athletes to give them this stigma, to give them this aura around them, or they're going to be great, or they're going to be this, they're going to be that. Now, see, those guys work hard to make it to that point. But see, just like most things in life, you got a ceiling. You're only going to get as good as you're going to get. Now, Patrick Mahomes, I know we use him as an example a lot, but nobody saw Patrick Mahomes becoming what he is. And if you tell me that you did, I'm calling you a liar. Nobody saw him becoming this. It's the same thing. It's the same thing in the NBA with Mike's favorite, Steph Curry. I knew Steph was going to be good coming out of Davidson. I knew he was going to be good. I didn't know he was going to be historically good. He is
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that.
But
Steph been my dude since the beginning, man.
Patrick was drafted in the first round, not the third.
But he was projected to go in the second round.
But he went.
Kansas City moved up and picked him.
He was
projected to go second. Kansas City moved up to the 31st to the 32nd pick and picked him 32nd overall.
Yeah, they reached to get him.
I also seen Mike's comparison with Tom Brady and Desmond Ritter. I've seen that. I've seen the comparison when K Styles did the video and Mike did the little short. I think it was the rant short. I've seen that. I understand. I wholeheartedly understand that. I do. The problem is I do not expect much because you know why? It's also a money play. If Desmond doesn't pop, it doesn't cost us anything.
It is a money play. That's right. But I use Matt Leinart for an example because he was supposed to be something and turned out to be nothing. Now I'm gonna use another guy.
He was drafted.
Drew Brees.
Okay.
Drew Brees went to Purdue University.
Right.
How many national championships does Purdue have? Anybody know?
Yeah, I know. Well, you could say Marino. You could say a lot of people. I know.
But I'm using these guys specifically for examples for a reason. So because Drew Brees went to Purdue, they only have one conference championship since the 70s, I believe, and that's the year 2000. They won their conference championship under Drew Brees, but didn't win a national championship. Only have one, 1931. I just looked that up.
Look, Blackberry, you want me to be honest, and you want me to be honest, is that the white boy was a different type of chicken. The white boy came to Atlanta, he was a different type of chicken. He was a different type of chicken. And when you get this chicken that's bland, no seasoning, no sazon, no Goya, no nothing, I don't want to eat it. The white boy made us go crazy.
Blackberry.
I get it. Oh, hold on, y'all. Let me finish making my point.
MR2 was a different type of chicken. He was a different type of cornbread. He was a different type of hamburger.
I get it. When that meal come out with some different seasoning on it, you got a sour taste in your mouth. I get it. But this is the thing. Drew Brees was traded from the San Diego at the time Chargers to the New Orleans Saints.
Right. Free agent. He was free agent, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, was he a free agent or traded?
He started in Miami. He got hurt. He started in Miami. He got hurt.
K Styles. K Styles.
He was a free agent.
You seen any New Orleans content creators since Drew Brees left?
No.
Yeah,
okay.
He changed his name.
Yeah, they hide. But see
he running away from that.
Different type.
The point is, Drew Brees became something eventually. Didn't nobody know if he was gonna become something. Just like Matt Leinart, they thought he was gonna be something, but he turned out to be nothing. The whole point is when they come into this league, they have to prove themselves. Whatever you did before means nothing. Even guys that didn't do much in college, they still come to the NFL and somehow they become something. Well, what I'm hoping, I'm not going to speak for the rest of the fan base, but for what I'm hoping out of Desmond Ridder, the fan thing that you mentioned, no, I'm not a fan, but yes, I do support him. I can become a fan of him based off of what the work he puts in when he gets here. But what I'm hoping is that he could at least be a Ben Roethlisberger. He's not gonna wow you with numbers. He's not gonna wow you with being efficient all the time. But he got a clutch gene. Can he have a clutch gene? Can I count on him to make the throws in the fourth? Can I count on him not to turn the ball over in the fourth? Can I count on him to protect the ball? Can I count on him to lead us down the field with 2 minutes left on the clock? That to me is enough. That's all we need. Because at the end of the day, like we said,
I'm goddamn tired. All right, look, we just said all that to say the same shit.
I got a question. I got
one more question before we get out here. This is the one.
I got a question.
Mike, shut the hell up. This is my show. God damn it.
Okay, shit.
I got a question to everybody on here. Okay, Drew Brees, 3rd round pick. Okay, now general thoughts is a 3rd round pick should be a starter, correct? For the most part, with any other position.
Third. You said 3rd round.
Third.
Yeah, for the most part.
Third round should be 3rd. Okay, so my question to y'all, everybody on here, what should my expectations be of this particular 3rd round pick? What should my expectations be?
Let me say this.
I just believe you don't expect anything until you got some work got to be put in.
Look. This is the way. This is how we can all avoid all this shit. Okay, I'm just gonna give y'all stop expecting guys to be Pro Bowlers in the first 3 years. That goes for anybody. All right, the first 3 years. And this is the problem why people. This is why Wolf and a lot of people like Wolf and myself. I'm actually on the same level with Wolf. This is why I say with even quarterbacks, I don't believe in paying quarterbacks $200 million until he at least is in his 5th year.
I'm with you on that.
He got to be in his 5th year because this is why. Because you got to put up at least 4 years of consistency to say you're a star for me. I'm not giving nobody. I don't give a fuck if it's Julio Jones and Julio Jones have 3 straight years with 1,810 touchdowns. All right, you can say he damn near elite. All right, quarterbacks are a little bit different, a lot different. Because quarterbacks, for me, you got to put up 4 to 5 years of consistent play for you to say me to put you in the category of being elite. To put you in that coach. So you gotta be able to look, it's like I said, everybody don't wanna do the time, but they want the crime. Nobody wanna do the fucking time, but they wanna do the crime. But if you're gonna do the crime or have that accolade, you better put in the year, you better put in the work. This is why a lot of these contracts, you see these contracts with that Packers quarterback, I forget his name, Max Flynn, whatever the name is, Flynn. Yeah, this is why guys like him, you losing the guy from the Broncos. You gave him that massive ass contract for having a year. It's like we throwing all these
Brock Osweiler.
Yeah. Osweiler. Yeah, like you giving all these guys all these contracts because they had 1 or 2 good years. This is why NFL is getting burned.
Yep. So the reason why I wanted to ask this question, because now I'm listening to everybody and I'm realizing now the focus is not necessarily on is the quarterback a 3rd rounder,
right?
The question is going to be is do you trust the coaches? That's the question. That's the question. Do you trust the coaches? Because Hold on, let me see. Regardless on if the quarterback is a first round pick, second round pick, third round pick, fourth round pick, fifth round pick, whatever. If your coaching staff has the system that's there that can situate whatever quarterback you got on the roster, whether he's a first round pick, seventh round pick, undrafted, whatever. Like y'all heard me say this plenty of time. A quarterback is only as good as the system he plays in.
Bingo.
Right.
Regardless on where the fuck he's drafted.
Right. Look at Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is a great example.
So, K Styles, let me answer that because and my whole thing is about trust, right? It's about trust, right? So if you go over the coaching staff of the Atlanta Falcons, let's say for the past 15 years, the trust level is not high, right? You get Mike Smith. Mike Smith is an offensive genius, but he said he can't coach the defensive side of the ball. So they go get a defensive coach, and he catfished us, right?
Mike Smith was a defense coach.
Well,
he was a defense coach.
But I could pull up articles where they say, and I've done the research on this. I pulled up articles.
He had a tremendous. Yeah, he did have a hand in building that offense.
Exactly. So, they brought in a defensive coach. They said the defensive coach, we're going to be the best defense in the league. The Dan Quinn, blah, blah, blah. We come to find out Dan Quinn didn't make one draft pick from the Legion of Boom. Okay, cool. No problem, right? We got catfish. Vic Beasley, shout out to you. I heard you a preacher, but you still, you know what I'm saying, was not a bust, but you was a buster. Like I said, you was a buster. You know what I'm saying? You're not a bust, you're a buster. You're a Buster Douglas. That's what you are. But anyway, boom. So we did all that, right? And then, I don't know, Dan Quinn took Takk McKinley over TJ Watt. Wow, that's awesome, too. Oof, well, that was great, yeah. Then you give True Font all this money. You give Freeman all this money. These are the coaches and the GMs that set us back a long time. Now, can Arthur sell him on the playbook? Maybe. The problem is that I'm not going to jump out the window, K Styles, because I'm to the point where you got to show me, right? Even the defensive coach, I'm the one that said, fuck that defensive coach. He ain't showed me nothing yet. The defense hasn't shown me anything yet. I'm happy for Grady Jarrett. I'm happy that Grady got some help, but I haven't seen anything yet.
Let me ask you this, Wolf. Let me ask you something. How is trust earned for you? How is trust earned for you?
We have to be consistently in the playoffs. We have to be. Listen, I trolled Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan didn't even trend when he went at the Falcons. He didn't even trend. The rivalry is dead. The rivalry is dead. You got $12 tickets in New Orleans, bro. Listen, oh my God, bro, you're gonna get me into a whole nother groove, bro.
I don't know. I get it.
Listen,
yeah.
when you supposed to be the leader of a team and you troll a player that's not even on here no more, and you on Twitter, bro, you don't even trend. You're not even trending on Twitter.
Yeah.
Let me tell you why I asked you. Let me tell you why I asked you that.
The Falcons need to not only get to the playoffs, they need to be consistently in the playoffs for the next 5 to 8 years.
The reason why I asked you how is trust earned for you? Let me tell you why I asked you that. Because a lot of all we have to go off of when we acquire coaches, when we acquire personnel, all we have to go off of is what they have done already before they got here. So to say, because I know a lot of people gonna say, well, I don't give a damn what they did there. What they got to do it here too. But see, in order for trust to be earned, there has to be a resume. It's like when you go to a job, your job has to trust that you can do the job based off of your resume. So that's what I'm saying. Like when you got guys like Arthur Smith, and what are you trusting them to do? So we're not trusting Arthur Smith to be a quarterback guru. We're not trusting him to do that. We trusting him to put together a game plan that we've seen him put together that has worked before.
Yeah.
That's
I
what we
can't
are
answer
trusting.
that question because our schedule is so. I don't want to say the word, but it starts with a P and ends with a Y. Our schedule is PUSSY, bro. It's
So
bro, it's
Wolf.
So
literally
is that a detriment? And so would that be a detriment to the team even if they win just because of how soft the schedule is?
yes.
So
K
Wolf, let me
Styles,
ask you this
listen.
question.
K Styles, listen. K Styles, listen. Listen, right? Listen. For you to get good at debates, you got to go at people that's you know that can debate and come at you just like you coming at them. You're not gonna get better kicking around a can in a debate. You have to go against what's going on. Now I understand that the NFL schedule it is what it is, but let's say the Falcons are like 8-0, but then you look at the schedule. You like, wait a minute, because you guys before I came in mentioned Philly. Philly had the softest schedule for 2 years. And they defense got exposed in the biggest game because the MVP was the offensive line that was the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
They got
I see what
exposed.
he's saying. I see exactly what he's saying.
Wolf,
Okay,
Wolf,
listen,
I
let me ask
see.
you.
Jalen
I
Hurts.
see. Look. I
Didn't Jalen Hurts?
see what you're saying, but the
Didn't
problem
Jalen Hurts?
is, regardless on
Yeah.
regardless on if the schedule is the way it is, they have no control over it.
Of
Like I said,
course not.
this is not.
I'm not saying that.
No, no.
Hold on. I think everybody missing what he's saying because y'all so focused on what he's saying instead of what the point is. The point is there's no reason to trust Arthur Smith. We can sit up here and talk about what he did in Tennessee all you want to, but he ain't did it here.
I don't have anything to say on that thing. I'm trying to ask a
Okay,
question.
Styles.
Y'all,
Didn't Jalen Hurts go
y'all
to
allow me to
Tampa
ask a
first
question,
year?
please?
He said what?
Jalen Hurts went to Tampa first year, right?
Jalen Hurts.
Playoffs. They lost to Tampa Bay the first year, right? In the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay,
Hold
so
on. I believe so.
okay, so the schedule they got into the playoffs with a soft schedule. Then they came back the next year. They had a softer schedule. Now look again. I be prepared. I like the freestyle, but I'll be prepared. Cooper Rush put up 300 yards on him. Cooper Rush put up 300 yards on a so-called Philadelphia Georgia Bulldogs because Jordan Davis had such a tremendous impact in the Super Bowl and the Kobe Dean. Did he even suit up? Because I remember Falcon fans losing their mind because we didn't draft Jordan Davis or the Kobe Dean. Does anybody remember that or nobody wants to talk about that right now?
Hey, Wolf, let me ask you this question,
I
man.
don't give a shit about either
Wolf,
one of the
Wolf,
two, but
hey, Wolf, you from
But K Styles, did you not hear people lose their mind because we didn't draft Jordan
oh,
Davis?
everybody lost their damn mind.
Now,
Look, it's very clear to me. It's very clear to me what Wolf's saying, man. It's like, to be honest, I don't think he's wrong at all. I think it's just everybody has a different level of what their trust is, and like I said, I actually agree with Wolf 100%. I'm not down with Arthur Smith. I'm not going to say, all right, this guy is absolutely the guy for us because he hasn't done it yet. I'm not going to say I'm 100% behind Denver Ritter. Why? Because he ain't done it yet. I'm not going to say Bijan Robinson is that guy. Why? Because he ain't done it yet. It's like
Yeah,
a
but
lot
Mike,
of
check this
people who
out though.
fans,
Check this out though, Mike.
stop, Blackbeard, stop, Blair. The problem is we can sit up here and talk about the past and all that, but we've seen coaches who had great past, but they went to other teams and did a shitty job. And we're talking about a guy that's with the Oakland Raiders, the then Oakland Raiders, and John Gruden. We've seen this before. We've seen great coaches go to other teams, and we think they're gonna be great. Bill Parcells, and they end up losing year after year. So I get I get exactly this. Until you show me that you can consistently get into the playoffs, why as a fan should I be 100% sold on anybody?
Yeah, but the thing is, Mike, it ain't about putting 100% of trust in them. The thing is, you're saying he ain't did it in Atlanta, but what he has done he's brought the running game back to life in Atlanta.
Yeah, definitely.
Even from the first year. That's why I said.
Again,
That's why I said, what are you
that's all
expecting
cool.
from him
Blackberry,
exactly?
that's all cool.
That's all cool.
Hold on, Blackberry,
But that's
stop.
the point.
Hold on.
If it's a process, if
stop
we
it.
Wait a minute. If we saying how trust
Bro,
is earned
hold on.
For each individual, how trust is earned.
Look, this ain't about the running game. We know we can get anybody who can build a running game.
It ain't all about the running game. It ain't all about. No, you can't.
Don't make the point then. That's the whole point of having. We're talking about winning.
That's not the point. The point is, what are you expecting him to do? That's the point. What are you expecting him to do?
That he told you he want to win.
He already
told us, Blackberry.
But the team has to be put in place. It's not just about one aspect of the game. He has to have who he wants, and he has
we
to be
get that. But that's we're not talking about those. Blackberry, he's talking. Blackberry, you're talking about the process. He's not talking about the process. Right. He's talking about earning the trust. The way you earn trust is winning.
And I'm trying to ask
by winning, but it's steps. It's steps. It don't just happen all at one time. It's steps to this. It's steps to it.
Well, he don't care about that. That's what.
Hey, hold on.
He don't care about that.
Hey, everybody hold on. Go ahead, Wolf.
Number 6.
Nobody care about the steps. He just look, motherfucker. I want in order for me to look. It's like a bitch. I don't give a fuck about what you said you gonna do for me. And look, you probably gave me $12 times for them head, right? 12 times. But that don't mean you gonna keep doing it.
Can I ask a question to Wolf, please? I've been trying to ask Wolf a question.
That don't mean keep doing it. Somebody fake out the 13th time.
The hell on. Hold on.
I want it all the damn time. I want you to put $12,000 so I can guarantee, so you can guarantee me that I'm gonna get some head at least 500 times. Okay, this is what we're talking about. He's talking about he wants the rock hard evidence.
K-Styles.
Yo.
All right, can I ask a question? I've been trying to
go ahead.
12 minutes now. All right, Wolf. So you from Jersey, right?
Yeah.
All right. So y'all got bodegas up there, right?
Yeah, bodegas. Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite bodega that you go to?
It's down the street. It's in my old neighborhood.
Why do you go? Why do you choose to go there every time?
Because I grew up there.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I grew up.
So this is why I asked you that question, man. So this is as a fan, we're used to or we're accustomed to certain things, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you're like, and you're not the only one. It's like it's right now. It's a huge question mark above Desmond Ritter. We don't know. We don't know what. Yeah, we got 4 games of tape on him. Yeah, we got 4 years of him being a college athlete at Cincinnati. We got all this stuff,
right?
But we still don't know.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
However, as a fan, we are accustomed to support the team no matter what.
Of course.
All right. So all this talking that we've been doing for the past 35 minutes is really empty conversations because we like I got what you said the first 7 minutes of what you was on.
Right.
All right.
Number 63 and number 97. That's who I trust. Number 60 and number 97.
We go and say, I said, look, that's why I said no. And it's not like he's the only one. I feel the exact same way. I'm not putting my full trust in Arthur. I don't give a damn about how many times we've been a top run offense. I don't give a damn about us being a top run defense. I don't give a damn about that. Until you show me that we can consistently win, this is how you're gonna earn people's trust. That's what it comes down to, and that's most fans. Not all fans are like that. That's why I'm saying it don't matter about the process because not everybody care about the process. Most people want to win. They want to win championships. So until you can consistently show me that we can at least be in the playoffs, that's what most fans care
But
about.
not caring
So,
about the
hold on,
process is foolish. You
hold
got
on,
to care
hold on,
about the process.
hold
No,
on,
The
hold
you
guy,
on.
don't. Not
the
everybody
guy,
don't,
this is
Blackberry.
just his, but it's just his third season. You
Hold
have to
on,
Not
care
every
about the process, bro.
hold on.
nobody, not everybody is like that though.
So
Go
Mike,
ahead, K Style.
what you telling me is he's basically everybody's on a yearly hot seat, is what you're telling me.
No, I didn't say that. I said, and we're talking about trust. See, everybody talking about
Oh
in
no,
order for, and not
that's
every fan. Hold on, not everybody, not every fan has the same mindset. This is what we talking about. Not every fan has the same mindset. For a guy like Wolf, it's all about trust. Now he can like the fact that all right, we number 2 in pass defense and pass rush and all that. We can throw all the process in there. But until we talk about truly trust a guy, he has to be able to say, all right, I know for sure that this guy is going to do this for us. And that this is playoffs. That's what Will said. So this is why I'm saying, like, it's a mindset of a fan. Now, me, I understand the process. The process means more to me than actually winning. You know what I'm saying? The process means more to me than it because in order to win, you got to go through that process. That's why I said Blackberry is not about the process. Most fans don't care about the process. Most fans don't go as deep in football when it comes down to the process. So they don't care nothing about that. They want to be able to. You see a lot of coaches that get fired because they have a great defense. Yeah, they have a great offensive line. Yeah, they go to the playoffs year after year after year. But what like this is why Shanahan is on the high seat. He keep going to the NFC Championship and losing. So how much trust are you going to continuously have in the guy? It's like the Braves. It's like the Braves in the '90s when we won. You know, we had like 20. I hate to say this. We had like 18 pennants in a row, but we only won like one championship out of it.
Mike, why you want to flare up my
I'm sorry. I
PTSD?
knew you were gonna say something.
Why you want
I'm sorry.
PTSD?
I'm sorry.
You just want to. Why you want to flare up my PTSD? Why you want to flare up my PTSD?
So Mike,
why did you mention
basically
that
what
motherfucker?
Mike, basically what you're saying is earning the trust. The average fan is looking for a reason to trust them or
Right. That's what we talking
Come on with it.
about.
No, I know where K-Style going. Come on, K-Style. Come on with it. Come on with it. I know.
So basically what that means is to the average fan, the whole team is on the hot seat on a year-to-year basis.
Exactly.
But K-Styles,
and
K-Styles, that's business, right? That's business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Arthur Blank is staying out of Coaches Smith and Terry Fontenot's way. He's staying out of the way, right? He's giving them some time. So let's say if we go another 7-10. Let's say we go 7-10. How do you explain that to your boss? You haven't even broke 500.
That'll be a disappointing season.
Listen,
now we getting there. Now we getting there.
Listen to what I'm saying, right? Listen to what I'm saying. Because again, I can't go to my customers of what I did 4 years ago. Can't do that, K-Styles. I can't go and say, listen, this is the price I'm going to give you from 4 years ago because things change. COVID, gas prices, stuff like that. I have blah, blah, blah. Business changes. You can't, and I'm pretty sure that when you go inside Arthur Blank's office, and a lot of NFL players have said Arthur Blank exudes money. When he steps into a room, the whole room changes.
Talk like money. Okay? Talk like money.
Right. So again, you're walking in there and you're saying, okay, Desmond, we're good, whatever. Maybe the soft schedule helps him. But let's say we go 7-10 again. How does Arthur Smith walk into that room? Because he's going to have to walk into Terry Fontenot's room, and then Terry Fontenot's going to take him to the new president, Babos, whatever the hell his name is, and then Babos is going to have to go to Arthur Blank, and Arthur Blank is going to be like, yo, listen, what the fuck is going on here? So especially if our ops win the division with a rookie quarterback. I hope that doesn't happen, but oh my God.
So going off of that, and this is gonna be the last thing I say.
Mm-hmm.
So going off of that, so like I said, at the end of the day, we all kind of agree that everybody wants the end result, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the average fan, yeah.
Yeah. Would you rather go through 3 or 4 different processes in 3 or 4 years if he doesn't do it, or do you want a solid foundation? So would you rather just scrap the foundation, and if it don't work 1 year, then you move to the next style, and then you move to the next style, hoping for the result, or do you build the foundation to get to that result?
But K-Style, but you asking a question that
But at the end of the day, you said
let him finish.
Hold on, let me say. But remember what you said is he has to earn the trust. If he doesn't make the playoffs, how can he earn the trust? Okay. Now, when you're talking about a process, like I said, if we're just looking at the end result, you're basically saying it doesn't matter how you get there. So if this guy doesn't get there, okay, let's move on to the next guy. If he doesn't get there, let's move on to the next guy. If he don't get there, let's get to the mover. Because remember, the only thing that matters is the end result.
Okay, so if I'm going off of the 2 gentlemen that supposed to be running the team, if I'm going off of the 2 gentlemen that's running the team, this is year 3. So, boy, the Falcons have broke more records of paying people that don't even play for us anymore than anything else, right? So, great job on that. Great job of fixing the money situation. Terry gets an A+ for fixing the contract situations with damn near everybody and probably signing free agents that I didn't even know we could land. A+. Okay? Process A+. Coach Smith is under 500 in 2 years. Under 500. With a Band-Aid team. Okay? With the foundation, K-Styles, I've been on your show before. You could go back. I said it. We got crazy glue holding this foundation together. Had crazy glue. But now it's year 3. You got Drake London. You got Kyle Pitts. You got Mustard Robinson. You got Tyler Huntley. You got the best fucking lineman, number 63 in the NFL. You should be making noise in the Super Bowl. We should be going to the Super Bowl. Because Philadelphia doesn't scare me. San Francisco shouldn't scare us. Minnesota shouldn't scare us. The Giants shouldn't scare us. Who else made it to the Tampa Bay, Dallas? Is anybody in this chat or anybody in this panel afraid of these NFC teams?
I'm not. But I'm gonna say this.
I'm not.
So I'm gonna say this.
We should not be talking about playoffs. We should be popping a bottle.
I'm gonna say this.
So basically what you're saying is if he don't make it to the playoffs, he should be fired after this year.
He should be.
I want to chime in right there.
That's all I need to hear right there.
I want to chime in right there. First of all, expectations should be. First of all, we can't just generalize expectations with a whole fan base. Everybody got their own personal expectations.
Right?
Exactly.
Like the brother just said, he feel like Arthur Smith should be fired in year 3 if he don't make the playoffs this year after having 2 years of, in his words, Band-Aid, super glue. Now, even with a better foundation, it's still a C word that got to come in. You still got to have some type of chemistry, and coming out the gate, you might not have that type of chemistry. Okay, no, we not the 95 Niners now. What we just have now, we actually have a fucking team that ain't built with a bunch of goddamn plumbers, barbers, truck drivers. Nothing against those occupations. We actually got some football players, but we still gonna have to get some type of continuity and some type of chemistry. Now, it's going to have to be on a. I'm gonna break it. I'm gonna break our season down this year into quarters. That first quarter, first 4 games, any type of kinks that we need to get out, any type of bullshit, get out the way right then. The middle 4 games, that second 4 to 5 games, going into the bye week, I expect shit to be rounding in the fall. We're gonna find out what type of team we're gonna find out what type of team we are in that third in games 9 through 12 or 13. That's what we're gonna find out really what type of team we are. First, get the kicks out.
I don't know why we're not talking Super Bowl.
Oh, I already said it, Wolf. I said NFC Championship. I think we're gonna be in the NFC Championship.
Relax. Just hang in here with me. Hang in here with me, Wolf. Hang in here with me. Hang in here with me.
I got you.
We got to factor in health. You just said you trusted 97 and 6-3. One of them tearing Achilles, the other tearing ACL. There's a good chance Arthur Smith will go 7-10. Just call it what it is now. Now, are we still firing him?
Yes, he has to go. He has to go, man. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's what the depth come into play. And the player's development.
Yeah. Nevertheless, I said this. Hold on. Let me finish. Let me finish. Then I got to go.
Salute the K Styles in this show because this show is fire tonight. This show is fire.
Okay. Listen, I'm gonna say this because I got to go. By the way, shout out to my group Falcon Uncensored and Georgia Sports Factory. We screaming live right now. I told the guys in the chat early this week or last week. We fuck around and back our way into a home playoff game. That's a trip to the Super Bowl. Because the style of play, our style of play is going to lean. We're going to start leaning heavy on folks down the stretch because we've shown, if I'm going to tell you something, listen, you don't got from behind the 8 ball when you can run the ball, when you can just impose your will on motherfuckers. Yeah. When you can just make a motherfucker say, I quit. If nothing else, we done showed we can run. I'm gonna use another wrestling analogy. Another wrestling. Look, the playoffs should be an I quit match.
Yeah.
I'm a big wrestling fan too.
Yeah,
the playoffs should be an I quit match. And guess what? And the Super Bowl should be a fucking loser leave town match. And now I'm done.
So we're gonna go ahead and end the show because goddamn it, I ain't know what time it was. But this shit.
If you would have just listened to me, you wouldn't have been there goddamn an hour and 30 minutes in. But this your show. I ain't got no good. I'll stay in my place.
Well, he done told you 9 times in his goddamn show.
Nobody come to see you, Otis.
I know, damn. I said my bad, damn. I'm still punching and kicking. I said I give up. Shit.
K Styles is my fault. I'm sorry. For causing such a friend.
Hey, this is the first time me and Wolf actually got
Puerto Rican
Paul. Wolf always started shit. He got the right name too.
The wise man.
I told you the Puerto Rican Paul Heyman. Y'all didn't believe me shit.
Listen, I love the fact that we can all have an opinion and stuff like that. But I'm gonna end it with this. I like the way Arthur Smith told his dad, "F you." I like that. Because his father has more money than Arthur Blank. His father has more money than Arthur Blank. When he worked for Joe Gibbs, he quit because his father got involved too much with what he was doing in 2008 with Joe Gibbs. I've done the research on Arthur Smith. I respect the fact that he wants to carve his own name and his own legacy. I respect that. Okay. He could have just went to FedEx and worked for his father. His father's a multi-billionaire, has more money than Arthur Blank. I like the story. I like the fact that he wasn't fired in Tennessee. I like all of that. But the problem is you have to show and prove. You have to win. And that's you have to win. And it's been since the last time we won, there's been a lot of mental illness that's been going on with this fan base.
Well, that ain't the right word. Jesus Christ.
So that's why I said you have to give the fan base something. You have to give this rivalry something. Whatever rivalry we have in the NFC South, you have to give it something. And I know everybody in the chat, K Styles, Blackberry, OG, The Dawn, Mike, I know everybody has their opinion, but again, whatever you guys do for that logo, I will support. I will support it. But I have to tell the truth. If we should be talking Super Bowl, we should be having champagne on ice, because if you guys say we have a better defense, we could do a 4-6, a 4-3, and I'm trying to understand what all that is. If our running game is that, if Desmond Ridder can win on those third downs and those 3rd and 9 situations, 3 and 8 situations, I don't see any reason why we should be 15-2.
Arthur Smith said the exact same thing. He expected to play 20 to 21 games this year. That was his expectations. So that's why I said I totally agree with what Wolf's saying. You know, like I don't care nothing about the process and all that. Most, a lot of people don't care about the process.
Right. And K Styles, I'm going to say it in your show. If Nick Wright put the Jacksonville Jaguars in front of the Buffalo Bills, then that Jacksonville Jaguar game in London becomes that more important for this team to win.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that being said, on a Tuesday, K Styles has it lit like no other show. Trust me, there ain't no other show that's doing this on a Tuesday.
K Styles.
With that being said, it's your boy Wolf. I'm here. But I love y'all, man. I love y'all to death.
Hey, man.
I'm fucking northern this boy. Before you close it out, let me say one last
Y'all Puerto Ricans always starting shit, but I swear to God, y'all love starting shit.
You gave him the perfect name.
This motherfucker is.
Let me tell you. Let me say one last
This motherfucker is Fat Joe for real, bro.
I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change this up a little bit from what I said. Now I said, you really shouldn't expect much. You should just let it happen. But based off of what y'all just said, now Arthur Smith did say he expected to play 20 to 21 games. He did say that.
Yeah.
So because he got the nuts to say that to the world, because he can stand on that, then that's what I expect. Now, if that don't happen, for me, it just depends on how not reaching them 21 games look. For me, it matters on how it look not reaching them 21 games. But that's what I expect.
So if we basing all this off of what the fuck we still shit. I'm telling you that now.
I see. I got it a long time. I was trying to save y'all time, but y'all didn't want to listen to me, man.
Hey, we gotta have a talk. We gotta have a talk.
Hey, look, Mike, you should know me by now. I'm gonna question.
I know you. Trust me. I know. That's what I was trying to. I was actually the good guy. Okay, I was actually the good guy here.
But like you said, we appreciate everybody. We got OG Chief First over here. We got Blackberry Loretz.
Oh boy.
We got Wolf A1, the Don. Hey, Bad Mike Sports, man, K Styles, man. Like I said, this was a conversation.
All right, this was fun.
This was a conversation about wanting to win without emotions involved. We appreciate that.
Oh,
see what we did. You see what we did.
Yeah.
So, like I said, you make sure you subscribe to all the fellas channels down here, man. Like I said, once again,
Truth hurts.
OG Truth Hurts, Wolf A1, Blackberry Loretz.
And that's Blackberry no C, just a K. Bastards.
Yeah, no C. Cause he ain't crippled. No C.
Hey, don't think I forgot. Anybody out there, don't think I forgot that Beef 3 video. That Beef Part 3 is coming out. Don't think I'm gonna stop. No, it's summertime. It's time to get it popping.
All right, man. Hey, look, all right, man. We're gonna give a little bit the rest of your night back. So, like I said, as we say here, man, we ain't here to play.
Oh no.
We here to stay.
Oh yeah, nigga.
You ain't gotta go home,
but you got to get the hell out of here. Oh yeah.
I gotta find that DJ. This show was kind of different, but deuces.
You gotta go home.
Oh boy. Oh.